Hello and welcome to AutoKets. So from this video onwards, we are going to start a very quick tutorial on SolidWorks and we are going to see it in the SolidWorks 2021. So here we are going to see the sketching, part design and how to create the basic parts in SolidWorks. So if you haven't subscribed this channel, so please subscribe it for the updates like this, and we are going to update or we are going to keep on uploading the videos on SolidWorks. And since this is the first video on this quick tutorial series, so here we are going to see about the basics of sketching is very important in any of the CAD software. So if you are going to learn the 3D modeling, it's definitely you have to learn the sketching workbench. And in the if you are going to master the sketching workbench, then it becomes very easy for you to just create the complex features. So to start the sketching, we have to click on this home page in SolidWorks 2021, and over here you can see that there's a part option. So sketching is not a direct module in SolidWorks. You have to click on the part and just click on the part, and now you are going to be inside the part design. And in that part design, you will see that there's a sketch tab. So from this section onwards, from this part onwards, we are going to see the sketching. So this is how you can just approach the sketching workbench. Now to start the sketching, you just have to click on the sketch, and once you clicked on the sketch, you can see that three planes will going to be available. Planes are the datum planes. Basically, you have to select the plane on which you want to have the sketch. So selection of plane is again a very important thing, and it comes with an experience like how to just select the plane that it is been selected such that the feature that you want to create will going to be very easy in creating those planes. So plane selection comes with experience, which plane you have to select for making the feature or make the feature easy. So that is different thing. But since it's a basic one, so we are going to select a top plane. So just click on the top plane, and now we are on the top plane, and it's basically you can see that this is the canvas area where we are going to create the sketch, and basically this is the datum plane, basically datum axis. Now these are the basic tools, basically the shapes, which will going to help you in creating the features. So here there are lines, there are rectangles, arcs, circles and all. So these are the basic shapes. Then over here, these are the modification tools. So basic shapes are not enough to create the features or the sketches. You have to modify them, and that we are going to do with the help of this modification sections. There are some complex features over here as well. And this is the smart dimension with the help of which we are going to provide the dimensions to any of the feature. So this is all about the sketch workbench. This is basically the feature manager tree. Basically, it will going to record all the things that you are going to create. So this is the sketch one. It's a sketch one that we are going to working with. And this is a view toolbar. This contains different display options that is available in SolidWorks. Now we are going to start with the basic shape. So the first basic shape that we have is a line. So over here, just click on this line, and there's an arrow that is provided in front of this line command, and you will see that there are different types of line. Just click on the first option, which is the line, and you can see that here the cursor has been changed. Now it is indicating the symbol of line. Click on anywhere, and that will be taken as the starting point of the line. You can see that a line is going to be created accordingly. Just click on anywhere again, and that will be the second point, and between these 2 points a line has been created. But line is a continuous command, so once the line has been created, it will going to start a new line, and it can be changed into different forms. That is different thing. But over here you can see that it will going to create a line, continuous line like this. So from the starting of the one point from the end of the one line, you can start a new line accordingly. And to come out from that, you just have to press the escape button, and you will going to be out. You will going to switch off that line command. Now this is the line that we have created with some random dimensions, and basically in SolidWorks or any high-end software, you have to create the features first with any of the random dimension, and then after, with the help of tools like over here we have the smart dimension, we provide the dimensions. So just click on the smart dimension and just click on the line that you want to provide the dimension. Click on that, and you can see that it's now indicating its random dimension that it has created. Click on anywhere and you can see that it will going to just fit out over there, and a modification box will going to open. From here, you can just provide the values. Like, let's say that I want to make it as 180. So I have provided 180 and just make it okay. And now the line has been adjusted. It has been edited to 180 length, which is over here. Okay, we have forget one thing. Before starting the sketch, you have to go downward over here in the toolbar, and there is a unit thing. You have to set out the unit. So right now we are working in mmgs. Whatever unit that you want, you can just select it from here. So now it is 180 mm, but it's not like that. Once you have provided the dimension, it cannot be modified. Just double click over this and you can see that again that modification box will going to open. If I'm going to provide a new dimension, you can see that the line has been adjusted accordingly. To delete everything, you just have to click on the line that you want to, or the feature that you want to have. You want to delete, just click on the delete button, then after on the keyboard that is present, and you can see that it will going to ask you for some of the confirmation. Just make it yes, and that will going to be deleted. So this is how you can just delete everything. If you want to delete everything by box type selection, you have seen that a box will going to be created accordingly like this, and just click and hold the mouse button and drag it, and whatever which will be selected inside the box will going to be selected over here. Just press the delete button and that will going to be deleted. So this is how you can use the delete command as well. Now similarly, the line, we have the other lines option like the center line. This will is the same to that of line, but it will going to create a center line instead of the continuous line. The same procedure is to dimension it. It is the same procedure that we have seen for the conventional line. And then we have the midpoint line. With the help of this, you can just create a line that will going to be start from the mid, and it will going to be spread on both sides equally like this. Then we have the other tools like the circle. We have two types of circle over here. The first one is the simple circle. Just click on that, click on anywhere, and that will be taken as the starting or the center point of the circle, and spread it. Drag your mouse. You don't have to click on any button, just drag it, and you can see that it will going to be spread and it will going to create the circle. To dimension it, the procedure is same. You just have to click on the smart dimension, just click on the circle, and it will automatically going to detect its shapes, and it will going to provide the dimensions. Like here it is detected that it's an arc, so it has provided a diameter for you. That's why it is known as a smart dimension. Similarly, if you want to provide an angle between two lines, you just have to click on the smart dimension, select these two lines, and accordingly it will going to provide an angle in between. Then we have the perimeter circle. With the help of this, you can just create a circle if you don't have the center point. So over here, it will going to ask you for the 3 points. The first one will be the first point. Basically, it will be the circumferential point. Then again, it will going to ask you for the second point. That will be, it's again a second circumferential point. And then the third point, and accordingly between these 3 points, it will going to create the circle. This type of circle is important when we have this kind of conditions. Like let's say that we have 3 lines and I want to create a circle that will going to touch all the endpoints, of this 3 line basically. So for that, I'm going to select the perimeter circle. This will be our first circumferential point, this will be our second, and this will be our third circumferential point. The next shape that we are going to talk is a rectangle over here. Rectangle contains basically a lot of types of rectangle is there. Basically, the first one is a corner rectangle. If we have the upper left corner and lower right corner, then we have these two rectangles in bit. Then we can just create this type of rectangle. Similarly, if you want to dimension it, you just have to click on that. You have to just provide its length value as well as the width value, and you can see that it is how it will going to be dimensioned. There are other approaches, like this is a center rectangle over here. With the help of this, we can just create a rectangle, but it will going to start by taking the center first. Then we have the 3-point corner rectangle, first point, second point, and these two will going to act as one of its sides. And then we have this rectangle like this. So you can see that it will going to create a same rectangle, but the approaches are different. Like over here, you can see that it will going to ask you for the center point first, and then it will going to ask you for the 2 points. Similarly, we have the parallelogram. With the help of this, you can just create a parallelogram, and you can just provide an angle in between. Since the parallelogram can have different angles over here, so we can even provide different angles. Now let me just talk about some of the workspace accessories that will going to be the final thing that we are going to see in this lecture. So the first thing that we are going to talk is the zoom in and zoom out. So how we can just zoom in and zoom out the objects. For that, you just have to rotate the scroll, and that will going to be zoom in and zoom out. But wait, with the scroll, you can see that a pan is associated. So the object will going to move accordingly with the scroll. So you have to just keep in mind like how to just scroll it. It means that if I'm going to zoom in, you can see that it is going outside. So similarly, you can just adjust it everything. If you want to fit the screen, if you have just zoom out to such an extent that it is not visible, you can just click on this zoom fit option that is inside this view toolbar, and it will going to fit that in the screen. Now, if you are going to click on the scroll button, hold it, you can see that if I'm going to move the mouse, then you can see that it will going to work as a rotate. So this is a rotate tool that is being very much important in the 3D modeling. But since we are right now, we are seeing the sketch workbench. So here the rotate is not so important. But by mistake, if you have just rotated it, how to make it normal? For that, you just have to click on this option, which is view orientation. Click on the arrow that is provided. And there's a normal to option. You just have to click on that, and that becomes normal. So this is how you can just make it normal. So this is how we can just make some of the mouse properties over here. Then we have the delete option that we have seen. You have to delete it. If you want to select multiple items at once, you can just select it, just provide the delete, and that's it. So this is all about the basics of SolidWorks, and we have seen a lot of things over here. And in the next lecture, we are going to see some of the very important editing tools. So stay up with this video series, as well as if you haven't subscribed our channel, please do subscribe for the updates and keep on learning the SolidWorks. Thank you, and catch up you in the next one.